Emergency broadcast systems now. T-Mobile 4G services, Phil Hum, Steve Jobs, Apple, Tim Cook, and of course Bob Bellucci for all the naysayers now. Emergency broadcast system, emergency female signal. Worst comes to worst, we'll use the old hand in the hat. These are our accomplishments. Ouster of Hewlett-Packard CEO as expected. Analogy here would be Bob Bellucci as the Intel chief of planet Earth, and ouster of not these people. But of course, naysayers as board and committee members, Harry Potter Prize not to fail. For the initiatives, for 3 versus Obama, Krugman, Bernanke teams on QE3, Palestine issues, and how Obama rebuffed as Palestinians pursue UN seats by Jews, Republicans both dumbing down Meade, Harry Potter Prize, McCarthy, Harvard, MIT, and of course Obama and the Israeli government. After Obama praised Israelis for standing up against neighbors that sit in their seats like CEO white students do on a train and elsewhere at Starbucks. Asking him to take a stand and shutting Arafat's shadow, Bob Bellucci has no Arafat, but he has a shadow of Mr. Putin and these 2 guys in QE3 printing. Versus her, wearing a man's watch because really a man inside. Older women do. You haven't figured out? You know and yet you don't know. The Shakespearean phrase of Kingsspeeches, YouTube, no broadcast reasons, and we stand on our shoulders for naysayers to be fired versus these 4. Five, 6, 7, and these guys are released from Iran, these hikers. It's like me hiking on the internet highways. It's the black SUV convoy, email judges, and of course MacArthur and 6 Foundation's Fast and Furious teams. And we should be released by gatekeepers, prices, Bob Bellucci's in charge versus Mr. Putin. And worst comes to worst, you can tell them, now the Republicans dumbing down Americans and praising dog holder shit issues. Like this man over here from MIT and Princeton. Now you understand MIT CISO cop issues. Women are wearing a man's watch like women and men holding dog shit. They know yet they don't know. The man failed in women's bodies why they hate sex, you tell Veronica. And of course the fact of the matter is that worst comes to worst, you can tell Carly Fiorina met before, Barnes & Noble 2 years ago when she was fired. And this man here in spin-off company HPPC versus Apple pursuing the delicious staff, new delicious staff in the form of Google YouTube originators to create something better than YouTube, no broadcast issues. And our special edition AirBook Max and iOS 5, T-Mobile 4G Home special edition services. And of course, worst comes to worst, I've noticed that T-Mobile 4G with Cisco just can take advantage 3 to 4 times faster than speed test net speeds. And at AT&T Wi-Fi Starbucks, 71st and Broadway, speed is at 1.3 megabits per second versus 6 megabits per second, back to normal for T-Mobile 4G Home. Can tell him, but Cisco just same as SpeedNet test.net for AT&T Wi-Fi Starbucks, 1.6 megabits versus Cisco just can take advantage of T-Mobile 4G services, servers, and firmware issues. Tell all the web pages, downloads, and file downloads from Steve Jobs' Apple Store to take advantage of what Cisco just apps can, and it's 3 times faster download speed than speedtest.net. Tell T-Mobile Homes, tell these people, and all the video downloads and streaming TV issues. And of course, worst comes to worst, Bob Bellucci can tell them and these people of 4 accomplishments over Obama White House team's Nobel Peace Prize that it may not be a genius for any MIT professor from Alan Guth to MIT Humanities or Harvard Humanities or Physics to do, even though none have stood up to play to bat, or past and future, and President MacArthur Fellows, our board and committee members like Bellucci and the email list and 6 foundation directors, that the fact of the matter is that none have stood up to play to bat, from professors at universities to the White House Nobel Peace Prize teams and Nobel Foundation prizes this year. The Nobel Foundation Executive Committee to sign off on it, as well as UN General Secretary Moon, Security Council members, And worst comes to worst, Bob Galucci pulled a rabbit out of a hat and called in committee and board members to scam or waterboard New York City, Columbia, Princeton, MIT, Tiananmen Square Gate, Stern, Mitchell, Marshallville, Mitchell fired for homeless to challenging the White House on QE3, Palestinian no statehood issues, overriding EU leaderships, and of course, many other areas such as the real Republican agenda that a Democratic Party committee chair and benefactor know. It's dumbing down American blacks, Harvard Law, Nobel Peace Prize, and Columbia College Education Lee Bonner couldn't speak against in favor of his own school. Why he should be fired as academic quack revealed, and West Harlem expansion leadership failed. Immoral intellectual ethics. So that's the hat out, rabbit out of the hat. You can tell people, live up to your rumors and reputation. Galucci's going to say in a paragraph in Harry Potter Prize not to fail this year to the committee, and even in the New York Times was necessary, from homeless to better than Nobel Prize Peace winner Obama or the White House on those 3 and 4 issues we talked about that the Wall Street Journal reported in the New York Times. And which homeless person, Harvard, MIT, Stanford, Berkeley professors, or this year's fellowships at the McCarthy Foundation past or present have stood up to bat on all 4 issues from a homeless position is, of course, can come eat your stinking fucking words and keep on laughing. MIT cap represents Moneyball, not ideas, not prestige, and not knowledge quest. The dog hoarders have so afraid to even mountain quest, real mountains, only hold dog shit, much less knowledge mountain quest. Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Galucci asked Putin for help, a lesson of ethics in his Iron Man Chairman Committee issues. It is in your hands, your failure or not mine anymore. Even board committee members will not be able to do both Obama, Bernanke, QE3, and Palestine no state issue override over EU objection. Tell them to stand up to plate to bat in the Moneyball issues, the Harry Potter Prizes, Transformation 1, internal venture capital funding by the McCarthy Foundation board committee issues we call the PAC committees, challenge the Gates Foundation PAC committees. And to hold up to Bob Galucci's promise to be Intel Chief of Planet Earth and influence on White House from the USA State Department Chief of Intel versus KGB agent in charge, we're taking over the Kremlin. Ask the Kremlin and put in for help on how to do these things by Bob Galucci. Email lists and 6 foundation directorships. Not these people. Not these people. Moneyball. Tell them they're no A-Rod either. Thanks.